Now we want to talk about the margin story, which is where things start to get even more interesting. So, like I mentioned, you can either build your products in here and have invoices generated that go to your customers inside of our product, or you can simply generate the revenue model and map it back to the activities that generate revenue for you and use our API to track revenue as well as costs. And so here we have an example of a typical SaaS model where you've got a recurring charge, and then you have this is a simple model where customers are saying, let's take in my total cost of tokens, and I'm going to put a 50% markup on the tokens to make sure I'm never underwater for the first 1,000, and then after that, I'm going to lower my margins. So simple example, but these metered elements that we support can be anything under the sun that you want to track. You customize those and then you instrument calls to our metering API in order for our revenue to track with your own model. And then at the end of this, we can execute a usage feed back to Stripe or other billing providers, like we talked about. If you want to take it and use our usage data to bill on, or if you just want to see the ROI and the profit view, and that's what we see here today. So that's how you get a quick view of revenue that's associated. And this gets attributed back the same way because when these calls come through, there will be all the same attribution that we talked about before. And then the last thing that we're focused on today is helping customers make sure that there are no surprises, runaway spend, and preventing the horror stories that we've all seen where agents run wild and being able to tell customers the first time a problem occurs as opposed to the 10,000th time when the bill arrives. So here's a simple alert that we've got pre-configured in our application today. And inside of this alert, what we're looking at is a specific agent that we call the council. Doesn't really matter what it does for the purpose of this demo, but it should cost less than 50 cents every time we execute it. And it's something we execute very commonly. And so what we're saying, it actually costs around 30 cents, but if it ever costs over 50 cents, we need to know right away that that's happened. And then what we have it do is fire alert to our Slack channel where people are watching it because we know that if that goes wrong once, by the end of the month, that 50-cent alert is going to turn into a $1,000 plus bill. And this is a common scenario for many customers. So you can also support webhooks the same way here and send that to any environment you want for full automation on your own side, or you can do email for anybody that doesn't get enough email and wants more email.